Derek is our number one fan.
National anthem. There is no piece called Thank You.
Are you sure?
I don't know. There was something where I was like, I'm going to go ask. I'm done asked. I hope so.
What?
Just switch parts. Just switch parts. Just switch parts.
Transit of Venus? Is that what you got it?
One thing. Repeats and all. One thing. Here we go. Give you two.
Just eight.
Is that just you, Courtney? Courtney and Megan again.
The guy Courtney got it.
Here we go.
Good.
Full rush, please. One, ready. One's getting in again. Everyone stand up.
No one cares. Yeah.
Our true loyal fans.
I know it. Derek for
You're
life.
right there.
We're right there.
Derek got for life.
That's so much better.
It is Walter.
Me? Well, maybe we would make the shopper one together. Yeah. Can Evan shop for food? No, I need shop for Piccolo. Okay. Well, that's not base.
Well, I mean,
My mom would not buy me a base food.
probably.
They might.
They might, but
Didn't they get you an Alto?
they did.
Christmas one? Or was it just his?
Well, see, it's because
If I could look,
I'm
Just for
literally
shiggles.
colors.
see, I was deciding between two different Altos, and that's when I was like, oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't. There's no other way I could.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking like when? Was it for an occasion? Or you just,
It might
you
have-
were shopping for one and they decided to get you?
It might have been during
Yeah, like I,
Christmas.
because I
That's
love
what I
this
feel like.
instrument,
I
but I
feel like
can't
that-
exactly.
My mom was like, you're paying for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Kristen start the band. Obviously, start.
Get them for 3,000.
Really?
Just us two. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they any good though?
The pearl one. I have the pearl for my Alto.
Oh, really? I like yours.
Yeah, it's got a nice sound to it.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you play it.
Oh, yeah.
Before you do, here.
Yeah, so I've told my parents for 3 years now to get me a base blue. Only 3,000.
But yeah, so kind of
Like
that.
half the price.
That's
of
way
it.
less than I thought.
Well, line it says it's 6,000, but if you get it from Google, it's 3,000.
Second page,
So it's like
alphabetical by last name.
price instead of
So, Del Merrill fanfare again. All right, then the bagpipes come in. Once he finishes, drum cadence, not drum roll. the same.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to welcome you to East Tennessee State University for our commencement ceremony. We are gathered this afternoon to celebrate both an ending and a beginning, the culmination of years of work by the students who sit before us, and the promise for a better future because of their achievements. This ceremony also celebrates the efforts of family members and friends, as well as university faculty and staff who have been a part of the lives of the students before us. I welcome all of you for this important occasion as we confer these degrees that are symbolic of academic and personal achievement. It is now my pleasure to present the President of East Tennessee State University, Dr. Brian Nolan, who will introduce our commencement speaker. Dr. Nolan.
Thank you, Dr. Bach, and good afternoon. Our speaker this afternoon is a distinguished alumnus of East Tennessee State University and a native of Johnson City. Before joining a group of the first students to integrate the undergraduate curriculum at what was then East Tennessee State College, he graduated as salutatorian of the class of 1958 at Langston High School. He majored in biology at what was then ETSU, and in his senior year, he became the first African-American student to join the school's marching band. In 1962, the year of his graduation, he became the first African-American student to be commissioned as a second lieutenant through the East Tennessee State ROTC program. He spent 7 years on active duty as a field artillery officer, including a tour of duty in Vietnam. He was awarded the Bronze Star twice, the Air Medal 6 times, including 2 times for valor, the Army Commendation Medal twice, the Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry with the Palm, and the Parachutist Badge. He began his civilian career at Citibank in New York City. During a 37-year corporate career, he also worked at Dime Savings of New York, Summit Bank, which was then New Jersey's largest bank, and the Metropolitan Transit Authority of New York. In the banking industry, he started as an entry-level officer and progressed up to senior vice president. He managed operations with budgets exceeding $15 million and staffs in excess of 5,000 across 5 states and Puerto Rico. At the Metropolitan Transit Authority, he was responsible for conceptualizing, developing, training, and managing the customer service organization that supported the introduction of the MetroCard, a stored value fare collection system for the mass transportation system of New York City that remains in use to today. Our speaker is a charter member of the Urban Financial Services Coalition, now an international organization, and was selected as the corporate achiever by the Minority Business Journal of New York and New Jersey. He is actively involved in the civil rights struggle, and our speaker participated in marches and walked picket lines protesting segregated eating facilities and movie theaters in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He and a fellow Vietnam veteran alone integrated a skating rink in Lawton, Oklahoma. As a vice president of the Central Long Island branch of the NAACP, our speaker was responsible for investigating and rectifying cases of racial discrimination in the workplace. In his addition to his degree from ETSU, our speaker received an MBA from Adelphia University's Robert N. Williamston School of Business in Garden City, New Jersey. In 2013, he was inducted into our ROTC Hall of Fame, and in 2016, he was selected as one of the inaugural inductees into our nation's Army ROTC Hall of Fame. The fountain and historic marker in Borchuk Plaza on our campus pay tribute to his pioneering role and foundational role in the history of our university. A student, a soldier, a businessman, and an activist for civil rights, a loyal alumnus, our speaker has found success at every turn in his remarkable life. Please join me in welcoming home Mr. George L. Nichols.
Thank you very much for that gracious introduction, Dr. Nolan. and thank you for inviting me to speak at this momentous occasion. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you. There is a group of people here that deserve special recognition. I'm talking about families, friends, and neighbors of the graduates who are bursting with pride right now. Some of you are directly responsible for the graduates sitting here, whether it be through financial support, moral support, spiritual support, or just plain being there. Thank you. You deserve a big round of applause. And now we turn our attention to the kings and queens of the day, the reason we have all gathered here. Congratulations, class of 2016. You have done it. A few years ago, I sat where you sit right now, so I know what you're thinking. Please make it short so I can hurry up and walk across that stage and get my diploma. Well, I won't be too long. I'm going to talk about the highway of life using some of my experiences to illustrate the points that I talk about. When you leave here today, you will step into the next chapter of your lives, whether it be going on to further your formal education, getting a job, going into the military, or being a stay-at-home wife or husband. Whatever your particular case, for most people, life is not a linear journey. It's not a straight line. It's full of curves and forks in the road, where if you bear left, you will end up in one place, but if you bear right, you will end up someplace else. The important thing to do is to do everything in your power to make the right decisions, whether it be negotiating curves or making a decision as a fork. The mere fact that you're sitting here today tells me that you have received the foundation that will allow you to analyze, now I'm going to use that word more than once today, analyze the choices before making a decision. The key word is analyze. You heard Dr. Nolan say that I was one of 4 African American students who integrated ETSU at that time. This occurred during a tumultuous period in American history. It was the year following the Little Rock Nine's integration of Central High School that was so violent that the President of the United States brought in the Army, the 101st Airborne Division, to protect those 9 students. It was the year following 2 years of unrest and rioting in nearby Clinton, Tennessee, that had resulted as a result of an attempt to integrate the local high school. At one point, the governor sent in state troopers and the National Guard to restore order. The year we came to ETSC, the Clinton High School was bombed, and that's like 100 miles from here. No other college or university in the state of Tennessee or any of the Deep South states were integrated. The Johnson City school system would not integrate for another 7 years, and then after a court order. So, after graduating from high school, I met my first fork in the road. Option 1, I could go to Tennessee State University, as it was known in those days, Tennessee A&I. I would have a typical college life, social life, there would be no danger. But on the other hand, it was expensive. I would have had to pay room and board. Option 2, I could come here to ETSU. I would get a good education here, and it would be cheaper since I could stay at home and commute. But on the other hand, there was a possibility of violence. There was no violence, by the way, thank goodness. There was pressure. And social life was next to zero. Needless to say, you know now which option I selected. When you come to a fork, list and analyze, that word again, the pros and cons, and make a decision that allows you to achieve your objective. The operative words are analyze and make a decision. Think with your head and not with your heart. Make a decision rather than doing nothing. You cannot proceed beyond the fork if you do nothing. You will sit stagnant. Since I was in ROTC, I would be going on active duty after graduation, which would be a curve in the road. Military life is not like civilian life. As with any curve, you must recognize it for what it is and adapt. New and unfamiliar experiences cause curves. The inability to adapt to change will result in failure. Do not be a dinosaur. When I left the military, the job I got was at Citibank in New York City. This was a hairpin curve. I mean, it went all the way back. I had a major in biology. I had spent 7 years as an officer, as an artillery officer, and now I'm going to work at a bank. And not just any bank, but at that time, the largest bank in the country, and ultimately became the largest bank in the world. On Wall Street, no less. Citibank's philosophy was to recruit what they call the best and brightest and put them in competition with each other. Typically, they were from Harvard, MIT, and Wharton MBAs. Wharton is the business school at the University of Pennsylvania, a very, very, very good school. And all of these people had type A personalities. So how did I get in there? Well, I got in because they were also looking for ex-military officers who had experience managing people. The program that I was a part of stipulated that if you did not make it as an officer in Citibank in 1 year, you were out. To survive or excel in that environment required long work hours. Take work hours and add a commute of at least an hour meant that your family time was limited. Now listen to me carefully here. It is very important that you ensure that you and your spouse or significant other are comfortable with the culture of the organization that you are or will be employed by. Failure to agree on this can result in poor job performance or, at home, friction or worse, if you know what I mean. The last curve that I'll talk about is the S curve. This curve requires multiple skills plus experience that you have acquired. I ran into my S curve when I was recruited by the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. The MTA was different from anything or any place I had been before in a number of ways. Number one, it was a new industry for me. It had a culture of its own that I had to adjust to. Number two, it was an agent of the state government, agency of the state government. Number three, the subsidiary that I was a part of was new and had autonomy. Our mission was simple. Using technology, replace the token as a means of fare collection on buses and subways. The fellow who hired me said something to the effect that, I'm a marketing guy. I don't know anything about cards, and customer service. That's what I hired you for. You are to build a customer service function to support this project. The target date for the first conversion is X. Therefore, your organization must be fully functional on or before that date. You cannot slip because the entire MTA will be converting on that date and time. I'm going to give you a building, and when you have figured out what your organization will look like, let me know how many floors and which floors you want. Wow. I've got an empty building, and I've got to build an organization from scratch. There are no people, there's no equipment, there is no furniture, there's no nothing but an empty building. When you run into something like this, the first thing you want to do is develop a plan. This works no matter what your field, whether you are a first grade teacher, a nurse, or a CEO. Within the plan, after a while, you will be able to identify the critical path. Should an item in your critical path fail, the entire project could be jeopardized. Know your critical path so well that you have identified possible weaknesses and have contingency plans developed should they be required. The final action or milestone required in your plan is execution. This is where you make it happen. And guess what? Graduates, that's where you are today. All of this can be summed up in a simple phrase. Plan your work and work your plan. Graduates, best of luck in your future endeavors, whatever they may be. Now go make it happen. Thank you very much.
How do I say goodbye to what we had?
good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. If we get to see tomorrow, I know it's worth all the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory to bring the sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
On behalf of the 14,700 students and almost 2,600 faculty and staff who call East Tennessee State University home, it is my distinct honor and privilege to bring greetings on behalf of the entire ETSU family and to convey my appreciation and congratulations to you, the members of the class of 2016. Graduates, today is about you. Today is a day in which you are realizing your dreams. Dreams that began the moment that you walked across this campus for the first time. For many of you, when you entered ETSU and participated in a program such as Preview, you entered those programs full of hopes and dreams and aspirations, but with some degree of trepidation about the journey that lie before you. Today, you begin another journey as you move from this place of educational exploration and personal development and transition into the workforce or onto graduate school. Commencement is part of the life cycle of an institution. It's a time for renewal, a time for reflection, a chance to look back at what has been, but an opportunity to envision the future and once again to dream. It's a time of accomplishment and pride, but it's a day that's made possible because of our faculty. As you journey from here today, graduates, I hope that you acknowledge the role that our faculty have played in shaping both your dreams and your future. When you receive your degrees, take time to read a simple phrase of text that reads, "On the recommendation of your faculty." Graduates, your degree is not a collection of credit hours. It's not a mere reflection of job-related skills. Your degree is the embodiment of the academic spirit, and it is a covenant between you and the faculty in which they have formally declared that you've achieved the learning foundations expected of a college graduate. Our faculty have opened your mind to new ideas and philosophies that will serve you well as you become citizens of our social democracy. And in the years to come, you will realize that they are the ones who've left marks on your consciousness that will never be forgotten. In the end, your duty is to keep the dreams of the faculty burning bright, to continue to learn throughout your lifetime, and to serve as active members of your community and our great society. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause for our faculty. As Martin Luther King noted, college should always be a conversation about how to improve society for the greater good. Our university, East Tennessee State University, was founded in 1911 for a singular purpose: to improve the quality of life for the people of this region. For the past 105 years, we've remained steadfast in our commitment to that mission, making a difference in the lives of the people of our region. Through our healthcare services, we provide care to your families when they are ill. Our graduates in education provide the backbone of the educational system in Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Western North Carolina. We are the engine that makes this region hum. But we're also an entity that makes, once again, dreams come true. Many of our graduates are the first in their family to receive a college degree, the first to realize that dream. I'd like to ask each of our graduates who are the first in their family to graduate from college to please stand and be recognized. Thank you all. Please remember the mission of service to this region. As you transition from this institution, get engaged and involved in your communities, and remember that you are part of a family dedicated to improving the quality of life in Northeast Tennessee, and I look forward to the wonderful accomplishments and contributions that you will make to that mission. The platform party this afternoon is comprised of valued members of the university community. Deans of the various colleges will be introduced later and will join in greeting the graduates of their respective colleges. At this time, I would like to introduce and ask to stand and be recognized other members of the university administration and distinguished faculty who are joining me here on the platform party. They are Dr. Wilsey Bishop, our Chief Operating Officer and the Vice President for Health Affairs. Dr. William R. Duncan, Vice Provost for Research and Sponsored Programs. Dr. David Collins, our Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Joe Sherlin, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Susan Epps, President of our Faculty Senate, Ms. Cheryl Burnett, the University Registrar, and Dr. Marianne Littleton, who carried the mace this afternoon. Dr. Littleton received the Distinguished Faculty Award in Teaching in 2016. At this time, I would also like to recognize special guests who are seated in the front to my right and ask that they stand to be recognized. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Nathan Farnar, who carried the alumni banner this afternoon, and he's our SGA Vice President, a member of our National Alumni Association Board of Directors, and a junior majoring in political science. Also with us today are family members and friends of our commencement speaker, Mr. George Nichols, and I would ask that they stand and be recognized. In addition to these individuals, we are joined by members of the ETSU faculty and staff who make this ceremony run so smoothly, and to each of you, I convey my sincere appreciations.
A total of 1,389 degrees are being conferred today. Honors graduates are wearing medallions on special colored ribbons as indicated on pages 44 through 46 in the program. Those wearing white ribbons are graduating cum laude with grade point averages of 3.50 to 3.64. Those wearing yellow ribbons are graduating magna cum laude with grade point averages of 3.65 to 3.84, and those wearing blue ribbons are graduating summa cum laude with grade point averages of 3.85 to 4.0. Mr. President, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered through the several colleges and schools of East Tennessee State University. They have been recommended to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments by all the faculties and by the following: Dr. Gordon Anderson, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences; Dr. Dennis Depew, Dean of the College of Business and Technology; Dr. Don Samples, Dean of the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences; Dr. Rick Osborne, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies and Academic Outreach; Dr. Richard Rhoda, Interim Dean of the Claudius G. Clemmer College of Education; Dr. Cecilia McIntosh, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies; Dr. Judith Slagle, Dean of the Honors College; Dr. Wendy Nering, Dean of the College of Nursing; Dr. Randy Wyckoff, Dean of the College of Public Health; Dr. Robert Means, Dean of the James H. Quillen College of Medicine; Dr. Debbie Bird, Dean of the Bill Gatton College of Pharmacy; and Ms. Patricia Van Zant, Dean of University Libraries. Would candidates for the doctoral degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? The Doctor of Philosophy graduates will be hooded today by the chairs of their dissertation committees. The Doctor of Nursing Practice and Doctor of Physical Therapy graduates were hooded last evening. President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for these doctoral degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the doctorate degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, Dr. McIntosh will be honored to present you with your diploma.
Jennifer Bryson Price, hooded by Dr. Thomas C. Jones. Bedelia Deanna Hicks Russell, hooded by Dr. Sally Blowers. Rebecca Little Turpin, hooded by Dr. Florence Weerbach. Hui Wong Heaton, hooded by Dr. Yue Zhou. Melissa Zimmerman, hooded by Dr. Jan Dunham Taylor. Ellis Dowdswell Vaughn. James Allison. Emily Lauren Biggs. Leslie Ellen Brown. Caitlin Marie Collins. Preston Todd Collins. Jessica Copeland. Joel Cowan. Jessica Gail Darnell. Dustin Tanner Dean. Amy DePelto. James Randy Everts. Heather Jean Faulkner. Megan Olivia Ford. Allison Lynn Gentry. Christopher Wesley Hafner. Sarah Hensley. Emily Christine Hughes. Colby Easton Hunt. Brian Scott Keith. Taylor Marshall Kaiser. Revathi Lakakula. Kristen Joy Lowe. Zachary Carson Lynch. Nicholas Randall Moore. Robert Zachary Morgan. Ashley Peace. Emerald Taylor Proctor. Alex Michael Savage. Judson Dylan Scandlin. Amber N. Shelton. Alex Clower Stevenson. Ryan Benjamin Stopka. Michael E. Street.
Would candidates for the master's degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for master's degrees in the School of Graduate Studies. On behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the master's degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, Dr. McIntosh will be honored to present you with your diploma.
Jamie Diane Adams. Nana Chokwujindu Alu. Kimberly Elizabeth Brundrett. Preston Thomas Cobb. Rebecca L. Day. Kristen Gale France. Andrew Thomas Hill. Alex Harmon Kaiser. John W. Mullen, Jr. Charles Oberweiser. Leif Bryant Ratliff. Megan Lee Taylor. Rachel Marie Taylor. Chad Fred Bailey. Casey Lahan Wagner. Vanessa Lee Cantor. Jessica D. Crawford. Brandon Gash. Claudia Gabrielle Haman. Tyler Helton. Jared Matthew Hilton. Angela Lukashik. Kristen Marie Scalco. Roman Bradley Weldon. Olamalekan Adedoyan. Matthew Ryan Desjardins. Roger Mba. Daniel Danu Mulba. Malora Veronica Quisenberry. Jerica Smith. Daniel H. Van Zant. Jacqueline Beth Blackburn. Cassandra Michelle Blair. Sheila Boatwright. Dupali J. Brombat. Valerie Lee Breeding. Whitney Lene Carroll. Pamela J. Cavins. Ann Wolf Clark. Whitney Shea Coffey. Afton Deanne Cope. Caitlin Engdahl. Emily Nicole Fields. Letitia Bobette Fritz. Catherine Bell Gilbert. Julie K. Gilliam. Janet Gibson Guy. Karen Joy Hensley. Mandy Jane Heilman. Erin Marie Hively. Rekha Rajesh Kadam. Mary Jo Lee. Stacy Lynn Loy. Rebecca Ann Mabry. Janet Lynn Martinez. Shandon Lee Morrison. Dwayne E. Mackenzie Munger. Mary Hayter Mudd. Stephanie Ann Posey, Tabitha Lynn Quillen, Catherine Sabo, Tanja Danielle Schnelly, Carolyn Susan Wells Shipley, Jennifer Ya Legay Sebo, Brittany Starr Smith, Jessica M. Stamey, Jennifer L. Tartar, Roger Dwayne Thomas, Sydney Ballard, Sandra Dawn Hoyle Wells, Anthony Dale Whiting,
Would candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for baccalaureate degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, the dean of your respective college will be honored to present you with your diploma.
the College of Business and Technology, Mohsen Al Abdul Karim, Ahmed Mohammed Ajaj, Julie Clarkson Thacker Alexander, Ahmed Salem Al-Habshi, Ahmed Al-Mualim, Ahmed Adnan Hassan Al-Shabani, Abdullah Mahdi Al-Zanadi, Hassan Mohammed Al-Yusuf, Onyinye Deborah Anakor, Hunter Christian Arnold, Sami Zarif Atia, Courtney Bailiff, Theodore S. Bain, Dustin Dale Ball, Stephanie Nicole Banazak, Chinna Barnett, Caleb Bartmess, Carly Amber Basket, Ryan Blake Berkeley, Frederick Kilpatrick Britt Aaron Alden Broyles. Justin D. Bergen. Heather Nicole Burke. Andrew Ryan Campbell. Aubrey Woodson Carpenter. Molly Love Carr. Wyatt Chadwell. Lisha Chen. Cutler Alexander Cole. Michael Collins. Thomas Jason Costanzo. Madison Nicole Cox. Brandon Hunter Crawford. Caleb Mark Kretzinger. Zachary T. Hassler. Shannon Darcy Cure. Dakota William Dameron. Jacob Shane Davenport. Aaron Cole J. Davis. Joseph Daniel Duffin. Kenneth Bradley Edens. Christopher Ryan Edens. Helen Nikisha Eichmann. Thomas Chase Ensminger. Genevieve Michelle Irwin. Stephen Sean Colby Ferguson. Grayson Fleetwood. Nicholas G. Frank. Helen N. Guerin. Christopher David Jeffellers. Shelby Page Gillespie. Alexandra Claire Grubb. Derek Gurney. Dalton Reed Guzman. James Preston Head. Lucas Joseph Heller. Jacob Allen Henninger. Jeremy Walker Hensley. Philip Brent Hitchcock. Bradley Ray Hodge. Trevor Allen Holt. Haley Elizabeth Hughes. Haley Nicole Jacobs. Hussein Habib Alaskari. Ryan Jameson. Blake Christopher Johnson. Amanda Sue Jones. Mark Anthony Jones. Ann Kim. Krista Denise Kinder. Riley King. Savannah J. Kirby. Simona Corin. William Hampton Kubenka. Cullen A. Lavoy. William Thomas Lawson. Long Ba Lee. Nathaniel Henderson Lester. Anne-Marie Littlejohn. Dingbo Mao. Brandon Emery McCorkle. Colin Gregory McCosh. Meredith Taylor McCoy. Mary Grace McKissick. Travis McNulty. Ismael Marino Lindemann. Daniel Raymond Moeller. Adam Moore. Emily Moore. Jake Mackenzie Wayne Morris. Jacob DePorter Mosley. Alexandria Lynn Mullen. Darak Belagan Nanto. Christopher Jordan Newhart. Emily Michaela Owens. Austin Paisley. Christopher Brandon Payne. Brittany Leanne Purcell. Sabrina Morgan Perkins. Joshua Alexander Perry. Christian Lynn Peterman. Matt Pickett. Abdullah B. Popaola. Melanie Nicole Potter. William James Powell. Jonathan Quilliams. Joao Victor de Melo Ramalho. Zachary James Ray. John Kendall Reeves. Chance A. Reichenberg. Nathaniel James Renner. Thomas Ressler. Jessica Brittany Marie Rich. Corey Rick Richardson. Danielle Victoria Ricker. Jacqueline Grace Roberts. Jacob Gunnar Rowe. Ariel Rowland. Alexander Thomas Rumbaugh. Kirsten Bailey Russell. Timothy Jefferson Scott. Matthew Seaton. Alicia Caitlin Sisk. Tionenji Sitambuli. Benjamin Lewis Smith. Daniel Smith. Emily Marie Smith. Hannah Elizabeth Smith. Michael Keith Smith. Dustin Spears. Mackenzie Kate Taylor. Ronnie James Taylor. Rafael Reyes Tejera. Daniel Hal Tweed. Caitlin Ray Valley. Caitlin Walker. Ryan Michael Walsh. Justin Kenneth Wandell. Jacqueline Elizabeth Westner. Brentley White. Tyler Whitten. Connor Charles Wild Williams. Samuel Robert Williams. Emily Wilson. Grace Evelyn Wilson. Jared Morgan Weininger. Christopher Ryan Woodard. Lacey Nicole Woods. William Godwin Yoder. Jitong Yu. Hao Xuan Zhao. Tam Tan Ha. The College of Nursing. Hannah Catherine Alexander. Sandra K. Anderson. Sharon F. Baird. Corey Adam Beach. Nicole Bellamy. Chelsea Ray Blankenship. Carmen Danae Bowers. Richard Brewer III. Clara Ray Burris. Twyla Kim Bird. Thatcher Lee Card. Lindsay J. Carey. Rachel Caroline Coleman. Devin Nicole Cunningham. Altheria Davis. Candy De La Fuente. Megan Elizabeth Drummond. Blessing O. Equiribe. Hannah Ferrier. Kelly Ferris. Sierra Leanne Fillers. Jada Brooke Greenwood. Melissa Ryan Grinnell. Carly Virginia Hall. Brittany Lokiel Hammett. Terry Alexis Hammonds. Christina Julene Hawn. Faith J. Hicks. Kimberly Y. Hips. Gail Marie Hollinsworth. Courtney Elizabeth Holloway. Amy Sarah Maeve Hubbard. Mary Elizabeth Hunsucker. Caitlin Ann Janinga. Rachel Ann Jeffries. Mackenzie Rochelle Johnson. Jeremy Dustin Keck. Casey Amber Kendall. Mackenzie Lee Killian. Abby Lee Noling. Heather Nicole Ladd. Brianna Tierney Leathers. Taylor Alexa Lang. Lisa Marie Grace Levasseur. Charlene Nicole Lovelace. Angela Nicole Madigan. Hannah Marlon Todaro. Kelly Nicole Marion. Cody Scott May, Caitlin Googe McKinney, Patrick Shannon Morgan, Madison Lynn Mussard, Ashley Nicole Nail, Babajide Oganyombo, Kelly Ortiz, Mason Peck, Haley Elizabeth Pennington, Sierra Lorraine Phillips, Shelby Lynn Phillips, Emily Ann Ramey, Deanna Renee Reary, Claire Elise Riddle, Latoya Deshawn Roberson, Marcus Austin Robison, Lee Worrell Sabukis, Brittany D. Smith, Lakin Tyler Staubitz, Caitlin Nicole Stewart, Mary Emma Ruth Stewart, Nikki Darlene Sumner, Zachary Brian Taylor, Michaela Louise Treadway, Kristen Lee True, Rocio Guadalupe Vega, Thais Rezio Wagner, Mildred E. Whiteside, Benjamin Thomas Wild, Whitney Lee Wilkes, Amber Page Willis, Sydney Morgan Witherspoon, Cassie Ryan Young, the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences, Christina Marie Burge, Teresa Boone Cannon, Shirley Darden Fearing, Kristen Denise Gordon, Hannah Mae Lowery, Christina Lynn Potter, Courtney Dawn Utley, Ricky Dale Watts, the School of Continuing Studies and Academic Outreach, Stephen Timothy Alford, Daniel A. Berry, Douglas Burton, Kevin Michael Campbell, Jacob Gregory Carroll, Patricia Evelyn Caron, Heather Nicole Christian, Laura Lee Clark, Travis Ryan Cleary, Deborah Carol Cochran, Bruce E. Coleman, Brian Austin Cowan, Bohema Ata Penny Danqua, Jeffrey Dean Davis, Melissa Lynn Duncan, Courtney Golden May, Brenda Isaacs, Thomas Earl Miller, Michael Allen Nidifer, Chastity Bernard Foster, Tyler Jared Fuller, Christian T. Gray, Carly Whitson Green, Matthew Robert Hundley, Jeffrey Hurst, Alan Hammett Jefferies III, Thomas H. Johnson, Jr., Sharnisha D. Jones,
See ya.
Rachel May McCulley, Kristen Montgomery, Matthew Dale Knuckles, Kat Tabitha Perry, William Martin Quinlan, Faye Hazel Rumley, Derek T. Neach and Temple, Hunter Baldwin Sheeran, Chad Rabin Smith, Patrick D. Spencer, Pamela Ann Swindler, Bethlehem Sampson Peck, Danny J. Tipton, Jr., Elizabeth Marie Valadez, Lee Van Gilder, Madison Lee Warden, Wesley Adam White, Brianna A. Wiggins, Russell A. Williams, Ashley S. Woods,
Graduates, now as a symbol of completion, please move your tassel to the right, to the left. Members of the audience, if you'd please join me in paying tribute to the ETSU class of 2016. I would like to thank Dr. Potterton, Dr. Zembauer, Mr. McMorrin, the ETSU Chorale, and the ETSU Wind Ensemble for the beautiful music that has accompanied this afternoon's commencement ceremonies. I would also like to thank Mr. Fred Saussman, the senior writer and our Associate Vice President of Appalachian Studies, for so flawlessly announcing each of the graduates' names. I would also like to thank the interpreters from Disability Services for their invaluable assistance today, as well as the Office of the Registrar for facilitating this event, to Sean Morris and Tisha Harrison for the beautiful stage decorations, and to Express AV, who have provided the live streaming for today's ceremonies. Graduates, I'd like to leave you today with a challenge. I'd like for you to remember how today feels. Remember how it felt to walk across this stage and to realize your dreams. After this morning's commencement ceremony, I had the opportunity to take pictures with some families. And the granddaughter of one of our graduates, I was having a conversation with her, and she said, when she answered the question I posed, what would she like for Santa to bring to her, she said, everything. That response conveys what I hope you are able to do from today forward, everything. May every one of your dreams come true. May you find your passion. May you find that thing in your life that makes your heart tick a little bit faster. Sometimes children have a way of bringing things forward, but what did she want? Everything. And that's what we want for you as you transition from our institution today and into the next phase of your educational journey. But remember how today felt, and take time to talk to a neighbor or friend or someone who's undecided about their future, and talk to them about the power of post-secondary education. Talk to them about the transformative impact that this university has had on you. That will not only transform their lives, but impact yours as well. So in closing, may today be for you the beginning of a new journey, a great adventure, and a life well lived with purpose. On behalf of everyone who calls East Tennessee State University home, I wish you happy holidays, Godspeed, and go Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the East Tennessee State University class of 2016.